Alright, so I'm pretty sure most of you guys already seen Avengers by now. This is movie number 19. So this week I'm going to do a video where I give you guys my top 5 MCU villains. So let's get it.
Welcome to the Kaiba Show.
So coming in at the number 5 spot is going to be my man Vulture. Now with this character, he starts off as an everyday working man. He has this gig where he's going to clean up, he's going to salvage all the debris, the crap that was left over after the New York fight in the first Avengers. And then Tony Stark and his cleanup crew comes along and tells him and his crew, listen, we got this. You guys are out of a job. And this is where we see him spiral out and he begins to do his villainy stuff, where this leads to him going into his Vulture, where he's like, all right, I'll show the world. You guys are going to take this away from me and I'm trying to provide for my family. So he was a new addition to the MCU universe, let alone the Spider-Man world. He was a different type of villain that we haven't seen, and Michael Keaton did an awesome job bringing this character to life on the big screen. I mean, we can't go wrong with Michael Keaton. I mean, come on. I mean, he was Batman back in the day, and I love him in that movie and other movies like Beetlejuice. But yeah, I feel like Vulture was one of the new fresh faces that we haven't seen as far as villains. So coming in at my number 5 spot is going to be Vulture from Spider-Man Homecoming. So coming in the 4th spot is going to be the God of Mischief. That's right, your boy Loki. I mean, we all love this character. I mean, we've seen him in I don't even know how many, at least 5 to 6 MCU movies, and he is just a great addition to the MCU. I mean, Tom Hiddleston, he does an awesome job playing that character. One minute he's on your side, the next minute he's literally, and I mean literally, stabbing you in the back. And I think that's why we've grown to have this love-hate relationship with Loki, because you don't know what you're gonna get with this villain. You don't know what you're gonna get with him. It's like, does he really truly love his brother Thor, or does he have this animosity towards him because he know this whole time that his life was basically a lie, and that's why Odin kind of shown Thor a little bit more love. So he has a chip on his shoulder, and I think that's why we, as the fans, we love Loki, because we feel for him. So coming in at the number 4th spot is going to be Loki, pretty much in almost half of the MCU. There's too many movies to name exactly where he's from, but he's pretty much in half of the MCU. So yeah, coming in at the number 4th spot is going to be Loki. So my number 3 villain in the MCU, might get a little backlash for this, but I feel like the number 3 villain is going to be Ultron. I know most people feel like Age of Ultron was probably the weakest Avengers movie, but I actually like it because I feel like Ultron was a different type of villain. He had a motive that he was trying to bring to life, but he was going about it in all the wrong ways. I mean, yes, there's some negative stuff about the human psyche, I should say, like how we go about trying to solve our problems. There's a lot of war, a lot of violence, and a lot of animosity. And he saw all the negativity in the human race, and he was like, you know what? You guys aren't worth surviving anymore. I'm going to stop this and bring peace to what I feel like, and I'm going to destroy all you guys in the process. So, and I like that aspect of him. Yes, do we need to change? Yes, do we need to stop the stuff that we're doing to each other? But you don't have to drop literally a whole continent on the earth and destroy the earth to get your message across. So I just felt like James Spader did an awesome job as Ultron. He was definitely one of my favorite villains at the time when that movie came out, and I just loved him. Some people felt like Ultron was good, but he wasn't good enough, but I felt like Ultron was a really, really good villain. So coming in at my number 3 spot is going to be Ultron from Avengers Age of Ultron. So landing in at the number 2 spot is going to be Eric Killmonger. I really, really really fell in love with this character because he had, I think, a soft spot in all of our hearts because he was coming from a point where it was like his dad was taken from him. He grew up in the rough hood areas of California, and he like had nobody. He was told all these wonderful and beautiful things about Wakanda, but then he saw like the negative from it because basically his dad was killed by his brother, the Black Panther, T'Chaka. So Eric just had all this animosity towards that whole family, and he felt like you guys have the resources and the materials to help out our people around the world that is suffering, and we all could relate to that. But he just went about it in the wrong ways, just like Ultron. You have a good motive, but you're trying to execute it. You're trying to execute it in the wrong way. So he had a good thought process, but trying to wipe out other people that you feel like is not in agreement with you or you think is your enemy, you can't wipe out everybody else when you feel like that. So with that being said, I feel like Eric Killmonger had a story that needed to be told, and we all could relate in some way to him, and we fell in love with his character. There was a lot of hatred in his heart, but we saw the human side of him also at the same side. So coming in at number 2 is going to be Eric Killmonger from Black Panther. So coming in at the number 1 spot, I mean, come on guys, do I really have to say it? You guys know what time it is. That's right, it's going to be Thanos coming in at the number 1 spot. First off, this dude kills his own daughter to obtain the ultimate power in the universe. Then after that, you think he's done? No. What does he do? Wipes out half of the universe. He took our king from us. That's right, T'Challa. When that happened, I was in the theater like, yo, did they just take my king from me? Then after that, while you're choked up about that, then they take Peter Parker away from us. He's just a kid. He's just a child. There was grown people in there crying, little kids crying, messed up everybody's life. I don't know what to do myself. I'm still seeing a therapist. How you top that? How do you top that? He wipes out half of the universe. So there's no other person right now in the MCU that's going to be number 1. Thanos takes that spot, hands down. They got about 20 movies planned out for the next 10 years, and I still don't see no villain in the next 10 years topping what we just saw in front of us with Avengers Infinity War. So coming in at the number 1 spot, hands down, no questions asked, is going to be Thanos. So if you like what you see, you want to see more, please hit the subscribe button. After hitting the button, hit the bell button so you get notified every time I upload a video. And please hit the like button and leave a comment at the bottom.